Kamala Khan dies, quote unquote, in Amazing Spider-Man number 26, which is going to be soon coming out. There's spoilers, everything, yada yada yada, whatever. People are freaking out. I mean, here's a tweet from a guy. It was the only mainline brown character Marvel has in a Spider-Man book. Shit feels racist and misogynistic and everything and stuff. And I'm assuming Peter causes her death somehow. The whole thing with Peter's a whole thing, like a whole shitstorm essentially. Because I guess Mary Jane's been in some like alternate universe and married some fucking guy, and because like Lord forbid that they do anything to keep or to let Peter and MJ get together. It's absolutely absurd. It's ridiculous. Whatever. Of other people in the mainstream not doing too well with it either. Even though it's like it's comic books, it's like you guys have just exposed yourselves as comic fans. Not all of them, I will say that. But we all know that she'll be dead. But guess what? She'll be back in a month or two, probably. Probably. I mean, could be a little sooner, could be a little later, but more than likely just a couple months. The death of Kamala Khan in Amazing Spider-Man number 26 may be shocking for all the wrong reasons. You know what happens there with Yahoo News. Oh, well, she'll die in an upcoming Marvel issue. This is all it is. It's just a way to try to goose some sales. It's just a different version of it's a new number one. It's an event. It's a huge crossover. It's whatever. Credit to Polygon here. Marvel expects me to believe Kamala Khan's going to die for real next week. We all know it's bullshit. No, she'll die, but she'll come right back. Whatever. Because like the death of Ms. Marvel is supposed to be coming out, I think in June. But it's like, or maybe I'm pretty sure it's June. I don't really care enough about the character to give a shit. I just think it's funny the way people are reacting as if it's like nobody in comics stays dead. You used to be able to say, hey, well, Bucky stayed dead or whatever. Or hell, even Uncle Ben with Spider-Man, speaking of Spider-Man. But even that they couldn't do. Marvel fans are enraged by this lead character death. Very few, because Ms. Marvel is a low-selling book, blah, 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 the death character, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Here's from comicbook.com. Well, they confirm a major character death is coming. And then they talk some about the movies, because I just typed in Kamala Khan, basically. Because, I just wanted to see what the news is. That it's actually doing anything. It doesn't seem to be goosing anything. Like, there's the whole, everybody remembers the death of Superman and stuff. And that was a pretty big deal. It was a big event. Although it ended up being not as cool as it could have been. Because just the way they do death in comics is it never lasts. And some of that's just the way the show is. It's like, or the way the nature of the beast, the way the comic industry is. I think that's one of the reasons, at least in my opinion, why manga sells so much more than comics, than like Marvel and DC and stuff, is because it's almost like a soap opera, or it's like The Simpsons. Bart's been in the 4th grade, I think all 36 years. It's been on the air or something, and it's like, dude, what the hell? It's absolutely ridiculous. There's been more episodes of The Simpsons than days. Than days of a year, obviously, that Bart would be, 10 years old or however old he is. I think, is he 11? What the hell ever. There's 365 days in a year. There's been like over 600 some episodes of The Simpsons. It's like, what the hell? You could have literally showed every single day of the year he was 10 years old, and you would still, still have, 300 episodes to go or whatever. But anyway, whatever. I just think this is stupid. You got people freaking out. And of course, he turns the comments off on this one because it's like, who are going to try and defend this shit can go fly kites. And, of course, you got a couple hundred people and stuff and everything who are liking this, but it's just stupid. Like, nobody cares about Kamala Khan. Now, some of that is, just the way that, or I should say most of it. Because, I don't hate the character like some people do. Some people are acting like she's the worst thing ever. To me, I don't care for the character as much just because they haven't really done anything with her. Like I'm all for, hey, the character. I don't care much for the costume because the costume's kind of but whatever. I can live with that. I can get around with that. The character is just kind of boring and stuff. But at the same time, I do kind of like her more fangirlish personality. I find that kind of funny. It's just my own personal idiosyncrasy and stuff. But I don't know. I just think it's funny and ridiculous. People are just freaking out about it. Because it's like, dude, she's going to be back in a couple months probably. Like, all these comic fans freaking out about it. It's like, if nothing else, you should be excited. Although I'm not saying you should be excited that they're killing her. But it's like, they're doing their big, like event or whatever, or a special trade or whatever it is for her. It's called the death of Ms. Marvel. And I guarantee you she'll either be back by the end of that or it will be shortly thereafter. Like the odds of her actually dying and staying dead for any amount of time, like not even approaching a year, 6 months, very slim. Anyway, I've already gone way too long on this. I didn't mean to go this long, but anyway, thank you very much for watching and have a good one.